Dzień dobry wszystkim. Buongiorno a tutti. Good morning, everyone. This is the debate the Polish Union of Cosmetic Industry has prepared today. Welcome. We have just 45 minutes, which is very little. So let's begin. What's behind us, the scene? You see, over the last 4 days, you had more or less the same background every day, Polish beauty, Polish beauty. But what we want to finalize and wrap up our discussion today is to sum up the 3 days of webinars that we were organizing, starting with adjectives which we believe describe the state, the situation the Polish cosmetic industry is right today. So for specific purpose, we created this background, giving you yet again all the keywords which are describing a Polish cosmetic industry: the entrepreneurs, the growth, the competitiveness, creativity, flexibility, people, ingredients, sustainability, innovations. We have it all. But this is not only an empty adjective, an empty word. We were presenting together with Nielsen and with Mintel yesterday all the hard data proving that there are substantial important figures behind it. But how do we want to orchestrate today is like that. We've invited, obviously, our external experts. Michał Rudecki is with us of Nielsen. Margot Caron of Mintel will join us in a minute all the way from London, UK. But three of us, Michał, Margot and myself, we are external. We are external view. We are kind of an eye view for the cosmetic industry. What we are presenting, it's something that experts but external can see. What we wanted to create today is invite interesting people, examples, standing out examples of entrepreneurs. Especially we wanted women, especially we wanted on stage young and creative people representing fresh and new businesses to the cosmetic industry. We wanted someone who can show sustainability, creativity, new ideas. So that's why with us we have, I will start with Agnieszka Kozoń, the head of Only Bio brand, and she has agreed to be with us today. We have also Marta Ryszewska, who represents Closhi. Closhi was presenting its own brands just yesterday. And also, we thought that it would be wise to have someone who is a writer, who is a journalist, who knows the industry inside out, who knows all the entrepreneurs personally that produce cosmetics in Poland, who is an author of very many publications and book on role models, cosmetic role models or personalities that actually created the market. So that's why Lidia Lewandowska is with us. And I thought that it would be interesting to spend this 45 minutes with us to take a look at certain elements of the cosmetic business from these different angles, us externally, but as I said, internal companies who are actually on the battlefield fighting for the attention of Polish consumers. And where would you be if you cannot win the attention of Poles in Poland? And then how would you export if you cannot win your own ground? So that's why this two companies are also representatives of these two companies are also with us. So we will be putting up all the puzzles that we had gathered over the last 3 years together to give you a bigger and more complete picture. Let's start, let's join with Margot Caron of Mintel. I hope we have the link. London, hello, Warsaw is calling. Are you with us? Yes, she's with us. Hello, hello Margot, hello, nice to see you. Hello. Margot, as you remember, we were practicing this debate so many times that I hope today will be just right. Yesterday you were presenting all the knowledge in a nutshell, all the knowledge and expertise that Mintel can gather, analyzing the global trends in cosmetic sector, putting the map of all global trends important for us, and then on this map placing local examples showing I believe that was our understanding, showing that we do follow trends and we very often set them. We invite them. We kind of we are the ones who are setting them as well. And could you please, in just one sentence, give us a description of Polish cosmetic market in terms of trend? What's so visible?
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. So I would say that if we look back at the presentation from yesterday, there are really three important trends that the Polish industry participate in terms of like dynamics and setting the dynamics, and also well, how Polish brands respond to these global trends, how their creativity is harnessed to respond to these global trends. So I would say that the first long-term trend that the Polish industry is really responding to is this sustainability and this new green, if we can say. We can see that Polish consumers are very sensitive to sustainable practices in brands. This eco-consciousness has also accelerated with the COVID-19 outbreak. We see that very clearly in our data, and especially in younger consumers. And indeed, we've seen that happening in the Polish beauty market as well, because with our data, we're able to see the proportion of claims, for example, that are claimed by new product launches, And we've seen that, for example, in the fastest growing claims in the 5 last years, the fastest growing claims in beauty products in Poland have been the ones that are connected to this eco-consciousness, to these ethics. So, for example, vegan is a trend that has been accelerating. Organic as well has been skyrocketing, and everything that's related to sustainability and to sustainable sourcing. The second one, and it's quite linked to actually sustainability. It's really informing this second trend, is how nature and science work hand in hand, because again, our data really showcases that an important part of Polish consumers are concerned that maybe the natural ingredients in their beauty products are not sustainable. So this is why sourcing natural ingredients sustainably is key, and we go back to all the local sourcing that we touched on as well, and that you talked about as well. But it's also supporting the emergence of alternative ingredients from natural origins that are transformed in the lab to make them more sustainable. And this really supports the growth in the Polish beauty industry of the usage of biotech ingredients. We've seen that it also has grown in recent years, and that the proportion of product launches featuring biotech ingredients is now matching global innovation, so the proportion in global launches. So again, an acceleration, and this trend really set nicely in the Polish beauty industry. And finally, third big trend for us would be really the fact that brands really bring value to beauty products and to everyday beauty products by targeting specifically the needs of certain cohorts. So in a way, it's personalizing the offer by micro-targeting, so mass personalization through micro-targeting. So products feel more personalized, it feels that it's just made for you. And it comes from the fact that the beauty offer is overwhelming. We have the choice, we have so much choice that sometimes we need a little bit more guidance, and really micro-targeting, making it more personal, really speaks to Polish consumers who are expecting brands to talk to them more personally. And this is why, for example, we've seen many lines of male grooming being developed by brands, for example, Pat and Rub and their men's line. So yeah, I would say these three trends are really setting nicely in the Polish beauty industry.
Much. Margot, thank you very much. I will repeat once again, the line dropped for a moment. You mentioned, you highlighted few main trends, and I would like to anchor to them the words like sustainability, eco, natural, or local, naturally local sourced materials.
Yeah.
These are important globally and also locally here in Poland. And that's why I would like to give the floor now to Agnieszka Kozoń, because we believe that Only Bio, the company that Agnieszka is heading, touched upon this trend very well, and it happened just a year ago. It happened 3-4 years ago. Agnieszka, am I right?
Yes, that's
how
true.
this idea, how this history actually started? Because you are now rocketing, and the success is sky high. But please tell us where the idea came from.
The success came not from the last few months. We started. I'm in the company from the very beginning, and from the first day we have the very consistent. We were very consistent about our priorities, and it remains the same until now. It's not like we did it a year ago or months ago. So the first thing we are standing for is the nature, and it always was like that. So we are from the beginning producing cosmetics with at least 98% of natural ingredients. They are safe, biodegradable, and there is a lot of ingredients which are obtained from the local sources, natural ones, and we also always built the sustainable production. We used at the very beginning only glass bottles, then extended it to the materials from recycling and green PE from the sugarcane. So we are going to the different areas. We don't know what will be the main trends, but we try to be everywhere and see what will happen. And also our production is also aimed to be zero waste. The second thing which is building our unique identity is the technology. Only Bio is 29 scientists, including 13 PhDs and professors. Yeah, so it's the super strong team, and we are using really really innovative and highly efficient ingredients patented by us. And I think this combination of the nature and this high technology is the main main points and main reasons for the success. But the third thing, which are absolutely standing for, and it is also from the very beginning, is safety. Our products are are certified by very well-known certifying bodies in Europe. So we have the Cosmos Natural certificate, vegan, and also the asthma allergy Denmark certificate. So I think there are three things which combined together make our products all successful. Yeah. And customer trust us. They know that there is the good choice. They can use it safely. They are efficient. They are from nature, and it's I think it's in our DNA. Yeah, because the team is very different. Yeah, there are scientists, there are very energetic, cosmetic lovers team in marketing. Yeah, there is also the operation, which is like me, basing the background from food, from FMCG. So we are reacting very fast. We are doing many things, step ahead. And trying to be ready for everything our marketing will try to do. Yeah, so it's amazing. It's difficult, but giving us a lot of satisfaction because we are using our products and our
Agnieszka,
families.
just one more comment, because I remember and I was observing you from the very beginning when the company has started, and you remember we were sitting in your office 2-3 years ago. We were looking at the glass jars. And I remember you were commenting that, okay, they are cool, they are ecological, and they are beautiful because they are black, and they give also the quality to the formula inside. But you were also saying that, look, they are heavy. We need to find something which is lighter for the carbon footprint, for the entire life of the product. And now Michał was talking about this, showing you as a kind of flag example, a standard example, a golden standard for all of us, Refill and Rossmann cooperation. Just a few comments on that, please.
Yeah, this
share
is
with us.
The very good cooperation with Rossmann, and we hope we observed this trend even on the Cosmoprof 2 or 3 years ago. I was discussing it with some clients who are interested, and we observed that the trend is growing, that clients need it. So we did this project to do it as first, and we believe that it will be success. I hope that others will come the same way. Of course, it's like being the first is not always, the cheapest and the easiest, but we like.
It's always easier to follow than to be the leader.
But we don't like only response to our clients' needs, but we want to be a step ahead. Yeah, so propose something what they will love, and this is our aim, and we live with these ideas. Yeah, to deliver to clients something they will appreciate and then they will like to use.
So it's rather story doing than storytelling in your philosophy.
Case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Another adjective and another something that we discussed 2 days ago, and it was brought up by Michał during his presentation, Polish cosmetic shelf. And I'm looking at Litka, because when we were preparing for this debate a few weeks ago, and I will tell you off the record that Litka now lives in Switzerland after years of living in Warsaw. So she has fresh observations on how the Polish cosmetic shelf looks like in comparison to other markets. Polish cosmetic phenomenon, Polish cosmetic shelf. Please give us a few comments.
Yes, indeed. First of all, thank you for invitation to this debate. It's my big pleasure to be here with you all. And as you've mentioned, that's true. I moved to Switzerland a few months ago, and Geneva is now my second home. It's absolutely amazing place to live, and Switzerland is a beautiful country. However, Warsaw is and it will always remain my beloved city. It's very energetic, very vivid, very vibrant. Exactly the same you can say about cosmetic business in Poland. According to some sources, we've got more than 1,000 cosmetic companies here. So it's absolutely amazing, or like others say, it's a madness. Well, in fact, of course, we can assume that only a part of them, maybe 350, 400 of them are significant businesses, but it's still a huge number. And in fact, we have it's a unique mixture of global concerns, big domestic companies, and the growing number of startups here. And it has obviously a big impact on how the cosmetic market looks like in Poland. And what I can say, comparing to my new Swiss, yes, it's that we have a really wide range of the cosmetic products here, and we are able to to buy them in drugstores, in chemistry, in supermarkets, discounters, and any other retail channels. Yeah. Well, it's in Switzerland. It's not a problem to buy very luxury cosmetics that cost a lot, while mass market's offer is rather limited to the global brands and some very well-known organic and dermocosmetics brands. And of course, there is some number of local producers, but it's not so numerous as we've got here. And so the Polish cosmetic shelf seems to be much more diverse and compelling. Of course, there are pros and cons of each situation,
yes.
And we can't deny that it's very tight, very crowded here. And from the producer perspective, it's probably not easy to present all the portfolio you've got and give some reflect on the philosophy DNA of the brand. It's much more difficult. So if you ask what is a very main feature of our market, it's definitely competitiveness. And as we are all aware, a strong competition leads to greater creativity. It leads to a huge number of novelties on the market, new launches. And it also makes relationships between producer and consumer much closer. And so, in my opinion, if the company can survive in such a competitive market like Poland, it has obviously a strong foundation to do well abroad. And I think that success stories of so many Polish companies just prove it. And I think we're going to discuss it a little bit later. But anyway, I need to something going back to Switzerland, that we already have some Polish brands on the Swiss market, and it always makes me happy and very proud to see them in some fancy boutiques, in a nail studio, because there is a huge popularity of Polish hybrid lux,
yes.
And or to see them in some department stores, which are very fancy. And there is always room for growth and improvement. And I think it's wonderful that you organized this debate, because we have so many export-oriented companies here that it's really need to support them in their goals and aspirations. So that's
Blanka, thank you very much for this uplifting comment. But you mentioned also that the Polish cosmetic shelf is so densely populated that for very many of us, the producers, the only way out of this gridlock and this very fierce competitiveness is to go and fight for export. So
That's
this
right.
is in a way natural way to win, or to balance your maybe losses because you have such a dense domestic market,
right.
and go to fight for exporting markets. If we talk about global and local, if we talk about fighting for local market and going to export, Michał, you were presenting excellent data, and congratulations on your presentation, because as we know, and we can tell you openly, the viewership of our webinars, 1,500, 1,700 people looking at this data. So this is really worth the effort to showing the advantages that Polish cosmetic sector has. But going back to your presentation, please comment a little bit taking on your data presented on Tuesday. Please give us a little bit yet again information about this competitiveness, global versus local, export.
Thank you. I think I will reiterate a little bit on what Litka said, because if I had to use two words about Polish cosmetic sector and the industry, I would say variety and dynamic, right? So we saw that over the years, the number and availability of those cosmetic products in Poland grew dramatically. So if we take just the face care category as an example, we could see that the number of SKUs, so a single product that we track in our databases, over 3 years grew by 30%. So that means that shelf expanded by 1/3, right? So that means that there are plenty of new products, and most of them, these are products that follow new trends or even creating them. So that means also that for us consumers, there is more quality and there are more just interesting products. And if we talk about dynamic, well, as I presented on Tuesday, let's compare to those 5 crown markets. So we're talking about France, Italy, Spain, UK, and Germany. We still very sound growth of Polish market, around 5%. So even taking into account this COVID situation, that's really great result.
Thank you. Litka, would you like to comment a little bit also about your, I would say, internal knowledge of other entities, which are, because as we all know,
try to. Yeah.
as we know, all in Poland, you created Love Cosmetic Awards competition.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are in a way responsible for also for selecting the companies which are presenting their brands to this award. Secondly, you wrote a book about women in Polish cosmetic industry and role models for so many other entities which are just starting their business. So, and majority of them are women. So based on that, can you give a little bit more about those who you see as standing out?
Okay, so starting from Love Cosmetics Awards, because it's a really special contest organized under the umbrella of my portal Cosmetic.pl. So I am proud that members of our jury are real experts in their fields, including marketing professor, safety assessor, dermatologist, journalist, social media analyst, and influencers, and we evaluate the nominated products according to 3 main factors, like brand, emotions, quality. And why it is so important? Because it's exactly the same way that consumers perceive the cosmetics and make their choices their choices. So you have to speak directly to consumer emotions and meet their expectation in terms of quality. And on the Polish market, there is absolutely no future for simply poor or average products. And in fact, it's not easy task to choose between the nominated products. Last year, we've got more than 1,600, and we are awarded only about 40, and among them, Krosi was awarded the main award.
That's
and
true.
So it's not easy task because their overall quality is simply very high. So based on these experiences, let me speak of Polish beauty distinguishing factors. So a lot has been already said, but I will try somehow to summarize it. So certainly it's a very good price-quality ratio, and here I would like highlight the quality element. And it's a great balance between innovative solutions and naturalness of the product, and combining both of these elements, which is really important, as it was mentioned in Mintel presentations. So we've got a great design of packagings and implemented pro-ecological solutions there.
Sustainability
Yeah,
again.
that's right.
Yeah.
I would like to stress out a great ability to build compelling brands that appeal consumers' needs and emotion, and a great sense of current and future trends, not only following them, but creating and really feel what's going on. And that's the reason why so many niche brands and startups have succeeded recently in the past few years. And for a key trends which were mentioned yesterday, I think that we also have some superpowers, let's say. Well, the mentioned category of natural cosmetics is simply booming all over the world, and I think that Polish beauty corresponds with this approach very well. And localness is also our strength, because let's have a closer look for some traditional ingredients like local herbs, plants, mineral elements. I'm pretty sure that birch, black mud, amber, or flat oak, it could be very exotic and at the same time very tempting for consumers in distant markets. On the other hand, our producers are very flexible in delivering very popular, worldwide popular ingredients, such like CBD oils, aloes, or bakuchiol recently.
Bakuchiol, very, very popular
Yes.
recently.
Yeah.
But as you said, ingredients and naturals of ingredients and their localness, it's something that
Yeah,
we could
very
very
promote.
important, and especially important nowadays when we talk about impact of COVID and pandemia. I'm looking at Marta at the moment because you said, Lydia, you said few important things. Quality, no place for being mediocre. And this is something that makes Polish cosmetic industry famous for. So quality, safety, local ingredients, sustainability being at the beginning or at the forehead, being the first to show certain directions. Marta, your company, Klosi, is based in Szczecin, a town close to my heart. I was born there.
Really?
Now, the owner of Klosi, also Daria Prochenka, born and bred in Szczecin. She very often highlights that ingredients which are in Klosi products, which, let's put it again, are not that cheap in terms of looking at it from the Polish perspective. They brag, or they are famous for locality. Very good formula, sustainability. Please tell us a little bit more about Klosi.
Yeah, it's huge team. Okay, so I will try to summarize it. I think that the development of Polish Klosi market is really huge, and it is very noticeable nowadays, especially when we talk about natural cosmetics. Klosi has been building its position for almost 7 years. From the very beginning, we looked at the slogan ecological very broadly. That's why our products are safety, for sure, and we care also about the environment. That's why our recipes are closed in good bottles, perfect bottles, I think, because it's PCR, post-consumer recycled plastic bottles and glass bottles, which are much more environmentally friendly. Of course, we have perfect recipes, but the environment is also really important. Of course, the ingredients that we have inside have excellent work. Yeah. For example, bakuchiol. Yeah, it's a perfect ingredient, and we also have it. But we try to look horizontally. Yeah, we try to connect the nature and the technology. I think for our customers, it is the most important thing nowadays, and they just expect it from us. So I think only then they will believe us, and they will trust us, and they will trust in our products. So I think it is our duty to provide them the best quality of the product. It is the huge range, I think, the quality. This is the main point, and it's not always easy. That's the fact, but we try. At Klosi, the entire process is supervised by the group, by the team of professionals. And we also say that if we want it, we can do it, even if it must be a method of little steps, but we can do it.
Thank you very much. I will move on to Agnieszka Kozon yet again. Few things about or few buzzwords which we've heard here, talking to our audience. And please let's remember that our biggest audience are the buyers. Okay, we also talk to your competitors who are listening now, and they tuned in to Polish Beauty, listening to all of this, what you would have to say. But first and foremost, the buyers are listening to us. And I wanted to dwell a little bit more and ask Agnieszka to comment on it. We've said that it's difficult. We said that it's time-consuming. It takes education and science. Agnieszka pointed out very rightly and surely about the number of PhD scientists working behind Only Bio, about the vision, the courage, sustainability. We mentioned a lot of little words, but I wanted to go back yet again to the fact that on the map of Europe, we have to really try far harder than our competitors from Western Europe. It's very many said or very many written about us that because we have to try harder, we really make an effort, and this effort shows in expert results. And I will just say that within the 7 months of this year, taking into account the hardest COVID months, March and April, we had 6.2% export growth comparing 2019 to 2020. This is something to brag about, because we are probably one of 3 markets which are noting such a export growth, where the entire Polish economy is in exports is going down by 6%. Agnieszka, what does it take also to be this first, to try hard? Any your personal also observations after having so many difficult experiences also to fight for the position on Only Bio?
I think
What are the challenges when you think of a Polish producer going to Germany, let's say, to very hermetic Western European markets? What do you feel is something that is stopping us or making it more difficult for us than for others?
My opinion is the key point is to build the trust. To ensure that there is the really high quality and there are no compromises. They can trust our quality, because the price is not everything, and especially in those demanding markets. That's why I listed the certifications which we have chosen as the most reliable, and we thought, okay, this should, if you have asthma allergy, Denmark certificate, it should convince that we are able to do such demanding products. And this is, I think, the key point. The second thing is to be ready for the requests. So we discussed before the debate the proportions in investment in R&D in pharmacy and in cosmetics. In our case, we are moving more to the pharmaceutical. Yes. Because it's easy to do everything what others do, but create something new which
That's
really
demanding.
works, and the price has to be not from the moon. It's very difficult, so it has to be a hard work to develop, to test, and to create some formulas which we can propose then. And I think there are two things which can support the export.
I will ask our officer looking at me right now. Do we still have 2 minutes 42 seconds to spare? We can dwell a little bit more. We can dwell a little bit more. Okay, then let's go ahead. You mentioned elements of the products that will stand out. You also mentioned something when we were making ourselves look beautiful in the makeup room. You said something to me, Blanka, I really have a most difficult time in my career. We would say it in Polish, jesteśmy ofiarą naszego sukcesu. We are our success victims. Yeah.
No,
and you said
we'll manage.
you said I sleep 3-4 hours a day. COVID and the COVID situation, and also, as we also presented, Michał and myself, the fact that flexibility of the industry is key, that you are small, and thanks to this, you are so like a little fish in a big pond, you can very quickly adjust to the changing situation, which is wonderful. And I know that you probably went to other sectors of, or you produce other cosmetic products, not only your key brands. And any comment on that, on how you adjust to COVID situation? What was the hardest? Because we know from the data that Michał presented that Polish entities in COVID months, they really won the battle, the competitive battle.
I think we were, not sitting and crying. We just were acting. Yeah, our team was, during the lockdown, after the, coming back to the office, they presented so wonderful projects. They have time to, go to the other areas. Yeah, the customers were not in stores, but more in the web. Yeah.
Yes.
So they dig the
digital.
More digital, and the life moved there. I think also in this area, and this is what we were, taking the ideas and catched the new trends, and the fruits we see now. Yeah, the whole new line of the washing, this, for example, this site and the team of hair lovers, and this is what we catched. Of course, we also started with the sanitizers in I don't know, it was like the war, who will be the first. Everybody knows it, but we also tried to do it, and
part
we did.
of it, part of this sanitizers.
Yeah, so it was
fake.
like, the current situation, okay, we try to deliver something what is needed now, but also we work on the future projects. Yeah, so it's like...
So simultaneously, Michał, would you like to comment as well on this Agnieszka said? Because as you remember, we had parts of our presentations were also devoted to the fact that, okay, flexibility, the COVID situation, very difficult moment when the industry had to step up to the different demand. From our own data, I will just quickly share this data yet again. From our own data, we knew very well that almost 35% of our Polish cosmetic market competitors moved to hydrogel and to sanitizers. Then about 11% of companies who normally would produce color cosmetics, makeup cosmetics, or face and body care products, they had to move also to disinfectants. And it shows in various sources of information, the registration portal and other elements. Would you like to comment on it from your own knowledge?
Yeah, of course. And we also do monitor these categories, so hand sanitizers and sanitizing products. And we saw skyrocketing values, triple times growth of such segments. So definitely part of companies started to be there and played it and were flexible enough to, in a short time, really be there. But also, in the same time, we saw that in April, when Rossmann did those promotions on core, let's say, categories, those Polish companies also stepped up and were ready to present their portfolio and be there, and consumers were there, and companies were waiting for them, right?
And they could profit on this situation. Yeah.
So the win-win situation.
I think that it's, if I can add something, that it's really visible that Polish companies turned the pandemic challenges into the business opportunities. And I think that every day Polish companies proving that agility is their strength. And thanks to this agility, they are able to win so many market battles here and abroad.
Poles are really famous for this entrepreneurial spirit and mindset, and they are well educated, they are hardworking and creative at the same time. So if you combine this all together, well, nothing can go wrong.
A great mixture.
Right?
Yeah.
I think this is a great summary of all this, what we wanted to talk today about. these adjectives which we would like to describe and we are describing the Polish cosmetic industry with are not empty words. There is a lot of hard work and courage and chutzpah behind to lead cosmetic businesses right now, because as we can see, it's a difficult and challenging situation to be with, but also let's highlight yet again that our export figures and the growth in this difficult COVID pandemic times showing that we have the strength, we have the ability, and that export could be the motor for getting out of difficulties in our internal market. So we will try to make export a machinery, or actually a tool, an engine to get us out of the difficult situation on local market. This is all from us. I would like to thank you yet again, all our participants in our debate. This was wonderful to have you with us. You were also exhibitors at WeCosmoProf. This is a new circumstances, new life. We are adjusting to it in a digital way. Digital and e-commerce, a new path to grow as well. Thank you very much. It was wonderful, a great pleasure to be with you all over the globe from Warsaw. Thanks to BERM, Polish Ministry of Development, thanks to Polish members of Polish Union of Cosmetic Industry, Poland, everywhere. Thank you very much. Good luck and success. Wishing you success. I know we can do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.